The Cobra Kai television series is a very successful spin-off of the Karate Kid franchise. Fans enjoy the nostalgic trip down memory lane when characters reference the 80s hit trilogy. Cobra Kai is growing its audience by introducing a variety of teen characters that are unique to the show, particularly all of whom are karate champions in their own right. Do you know every main character's age? Watch this video to find out this and more about our favorite cast. First up, how old are the characters supposed to be? Cobra Kai makes numerous allusions to the Karate Kid trilogy via notable quotations, members of the original cast, and many flashback sequences lifted from the movies. Several decades have passed between the Karate Kid 3 and Cobra Kai, leaving fans to speculate on the ages of both the new and the returning characters. The events of Cobra Kai started in 2017 when several teenagers were beginning their sophomore year, 33 years after the Karate Kid's events. Most students are now entering their senior year and on the verge of becoming adults because the Cobra Kai chronology now takes place in the summer of 2019 as of Season 5. Knowing the ages of the Cobra Kai characters is made simpler by the timeline's uniformity. Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence, who played seniors in the Karate Kid between the ages of 17 and 18, were born in 1966 and 1967, respectively. Here is a detailed explanation of how old each character in Cobra Kai is meant to be. Up next, born in 1967, Daniel LaRusso is 1 year older than Johnny Lawrence. In Cobra Kai, Ralph Macchio plays Daniel LaRusso once more. After over 3 decades, he is now a successful businessman with a wife and 2 children. Fascinating, Macchio Daniel is 17 years old and a high school student, whereas Macchio was 23 when the first Karate Kid movie came out. Even more astonishing is that Thomas Ian Griffith, who played Terry Silver in the third Karate Kid film and reprised his role in Cobra Kai, is 5 months older than Macchio. Having stated that, Macchio is 61 years old and Daniel LaRusso is 53 in the show. Next is Samantha LaRusso. One of the central figures in Cobra Kai is Samantha LaRusso, also known as Sam. She is Amanda and Daniel's eldest child, and up to the events of Season 1, she had little interest in learning karate. But because of her early encounters with Mr. Miyagi, Samantha was already somewhat of a karate enthusiast. Samantha picks up karate once more, but after her altercation with Tori Nichols, she decided to stop practicing it. Sam, who actress Mary Mauser plays, a 26-year-old at the start of the 5th season, is 17 years old. Next is Tori Nichols. Tori Nichols was on the losing side at the beginning of her and Sam's emotional struggle. She leads a terrible life at home and struggles to control her fierce anger. John Kreese persuades her to join Cobra Kai, who releases her previously suppressed emotion. Tori assaults Sam in school as a result of Kreese's combative instruction. Fans of the Karate Kid may have believed that the Cobra Kai fighters from the first film were corrupt, but Tori Nichols is going to go even further. Positively, Tori rejects Terry Silver's divisive philosophy and rises to fame. 24-year-old Peyton List portrays Tori, a 17-year-old. Next on the list is Johnny Lawrence. William Zabka returns as Johnny Lawrence, the main antagonistic in the first 3 Karate Kid films. In the original Karate Kid, Johnny was 16 years old and was the son of Laura Lawrence and an unidentified absent father. Sid Weinberg and Laura are married when Johnny is still quite little. Although he is wealthy, his new stepson's stepfather does not show him much affection. Johnny is working toward making amends in Cobra Kai. Despite this, Johnny occasionally experiences difficult times, but always overcomes them with the aid of Miguel, Carmen, and Daniel. He is currently 52 years old, while William Zabka, who is 57, portrays him. Next is Eli Moskowitz. Eli Moskowitz used to be a quiet student who suffered everyday abuse from bullies in high school over a small scar left over from a cleft lip operation. Eli joins Cobra Kai to exact retribution, earning the moniker Lip from Sensei Johnny Lawrence, at least until the latter instructs Eli to reverse the situation. Eli changes his name to Hawk, gets a mohawk haircut, and has a big hawk tattoo on his back. He is Dimitri's best buddy, but their relationship suffers as a result of Eli's violent karate fixation. On Cobra Cobra Kai, Jacob Bertrand, who portrays Hawk as a 17-year-old, is currently 22. Next is Robbie Keane. Robbie Keane had a rough childhood, to put it mildly. His drunken mother and inattentive father, Johnny, both contributed to his terrible upbringing. Robbie is taken under Daniel's wing as a co-worker at his auto dealership, and he finally persuades the youngster to enroll in Miyagi-Do karate class. However, after 17-year-old Robbie does time in a juvenile detention facility for assaulting Miguel, Kreese convinced him to join Cobra Kai. Tanner Buchanan, who played the character in the television series He's All That, is currently 23. Also, we have Miguel Diaz. Miguel Diaz, who lives next door to Johnny Lawrence, persuades the elderly man to give the young guy karate lessons. Before he was born, his family traveled from Ecuador to the United States. When Miguel finally meets his father on vacation to Mexico, he realizes that his mother was right all along, even if he was previously unknown. Miguel sustained spinal cord damage in the high school brawl, but despite the doctor's skepticism, he suddenly regains full control of his lower body. He studies Miyagi-Do karate as well as Eagle Fang. Miguel, a 17-year-old, is played by Zolo Maridueña, who is 21. Next is John Kreese. Fans of the Karate Kid can't imagine John Kreese without saying, "Sweep the leg!" The evil No Mercy Cobra Kai sensei has returned after more than 30 years and several attempts to fake his demise. Viewers become much more familiar with his past, particularly his experiences in the Vietnam War, which humanizes his persona. Kreese enlists Terry Silver, a well-known figure, to help him win the All-Valley Karate Tournament. His severe demands are imposed upon his outstanding students, Tori and Robbie, eventually eroding their self-esteem. However, Terry coldly betrays Kreese when the latter declines his offer to start a Cobra Kai franchise. 76-year-old Martin Kove returns in the show as John Kreese, who is shown as being roughly 73 years old. Next up, Dmitry Alexopoulos. Bullying affects both Eli Moskowitz and Dmitry Alexopoulos. Dmitry, however, departs after the two join Cobra Kai because he cannot stand the aggressive atmosphere in the dojo. Eli and Dmitry temporarily sever their friendship, especially after Eli turns into Hawk. Dmitry is presently studying Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang, taking lessons from senseis Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence on how to use the greatest techniques from each fighting system. Despite this, Dmitry generally avoids using violence, underscoring his stance in favor of non-violence. Johnny DeZenzo, a 21-year-old actor, portrays Dmitry, a 17-year-old high school student. Up next, Amanda LaRusso. Another new character introduced into the Miyagi-verse is Amanda LaRusso. She acts as a mediator between Johnny and her husband Daniel, who are constantly arguing. Up to season 5, little is known about Amanda's past. Karate Kid 3's Jessica Andrews, a friend of Daniel's, is eventually revealed to be Amanda's cousin. It's interesting to note how similar Tori and Amanda's childhoods were. Amanda manages the car dealership, which significantly impacts her husband's life. She is a fantastic mother to Sam and Anthony. Although Courtney Hangler, a 43-year-old actress, plays Amanda, her exact age is unknown. Next is Chozen Taguchi. Chozen Taguchi, the main antagonist in the Karate Kid 2, torments Daniel when the latter is visiting Okinawa. He is a generally impolite and unpleasant youth who steals money and cons the locals, but Chozen, like Mike Barnes and Johnny Lawrence, mellowed a lot over time. He is crucial to Cobra Kai because he aids Daniel in his conflict with Terry Silver. He quickly establishes himself as a skilled karate fighter, even better than Terry Silver. Chozen's precise age is unknown, but it can be presumed that he is close to Daniel's age. Yuji Okamoto, who is 63 years old, plays him. Next is Terry Silver. Terry Silver deceives Daniel in the Karate Kid 3, demonstrating the power of his snake-like seduction. On Kreese's urging, he makes a comeback in Cobra Kai, showcasing how much he still admires his wartime patron. Silver transforms into a far worse demon than he was in the film, taking Cobra Kai away from Kreese. In Season 5, Daniel Daniel, Johnny, Chosen, and Barnes collaborate to reveal Silver's illegal operation. However, had it not been for Tori's last-minute change of heart, their efforts would have failed terribly. Despite being detained, it's unlikely that Silver will ever set foot inside a jail cell. Silver is at least 70 years old in the episode, albeit he might not be as old as Kreese. Up next, Anthony LaRusso. Everything Daniel never had growing up belongs to Anthony LaRusso. He acts like a brat who likes to pick on people who are weaker than him, which is why Kenny Payne has nothing but savage loathing for him. Even though Anthony constantly rejects his father's efforts to teach him karate, he still behaves as though he is in charge. Vanessa LaRusso asserts that Anthony's parents need to pay closer attention to their son's life and speculates that her nephew may have DMDD, or disruptive mood regulation disorder. 16-year-old Griffin Santopetro portrays the 14-year-old Anthony. Next is Carmen Diaz. Before making her journey to the United States, Carmen fled a challenging existence in Ecuador and established a home for herself and her newborn son. Carmen constantly worries for Miguel because she is his primary caregiver, especially now that he is starting to study karate. She eventually agrees with Miguel's choice, displaying her fair but tough parenting approach that the public adores. In Season 3, Carmen and Johnny begin a romantic relationship formally. In Season 5, Carmen makes pregnancy news. Carmen, who Vanessa Rubio portrays, is about 35 years old, making her much younger than her future husband. Finally, Kenny Payne. 14-year-old Kenny Payne was once a carefree adolescent, but Anthony LaRusso and his friends brutally abused him on the first day of school. He is effectively traumatized into silence by Kenny's tormentors, which explains why he is so meek when he joins Cobra Kai. By turning this young lad into a vicious fighting machine, Kreese and Silver lead Kenny down a path that leads to moral bankruptcy. After Robbie urges him to leave Cobra Kai, he rejects him and stays bound to Silver until Tori's expose in the Season 5 finale. Dallas Dupree Young, who is 16 years old, portrays Kenny. There you have it on how old are the Cobra Kai characters supposed to be, and the actors' real ages. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.